Okay, we're now in Kilayim Perek Hey Mishnah Chet. So we're talking about the fact that until now we've been talking about if someone leaves another crop in his kerem, in his vineyard, and allows it to grow up to 1/200th more than it was beforehand, that's called Kilayim. Or if he plants it, obviously, that makes the vineyard Kilayim kerem, and you have to burn the whole thing. Okay. The question is, does this apply to? Not the question. The Mishnah is going to tell us this doesn't apply to every species. It only applies to some species, and specifically if it's a kind of vegetation. And more specifically, it's a kind of vegetation that people would grow in order to produce vegetation in their area. Says the Mishnah, "Hamekayem kotzim bakerem." If a person who is mekayem, who allows to remain, who permits, who leaves kotzim, are certain kinds of thorns in the kerem. Okay, it was a grass that would grow, and it was to some degree usable, as we'll see in a second. In general, it was not considered a plant or a vegetation. Rabbi Eliezer Omer Kadesh. Rabbi Eliezer says Kidesh. That is considered a violation of Kilayim, and it makes the whole kerem prohibited. Vechachamim omrim lo Kidesh ela davar shekamohu mekaymin. It's not Kodesh, it's not Kidesh, except something that shekamohu mekaymin, that it like it, something similar to it, in that place that a person would generally leave. So let's see, for the example, the Bartanura. The Bartanura says that Rabbi Eliezer says Kidesh. Why? Shekain be'Aravia, in Arabia, mekaymin kotzim bekerem. They leave kotzim, they leave thorns in the vineyard. Kidesh yi'u gimleim, because in Arabia that's what they feed their gmalim, their camels. Since some people allow thorns to grow for their animals, havu Kilayim b'chol makom, it's Kilayim in every place. So now we understand what the Chachamim were saying, because Rabbi Eliezer says Kidesh, as long as in some place they leave this species to grow, therefore it's Kilayim everywhere. And the Chachamim said no, lo Kidesh, it is not considered prohibited or violation. Ela davar shekamohu mekaymin, except something that kamohu mekaymin, that they leave in the place in which you live. The fact that they might let something grow in Saudi Arabia for your camels, doesn't have any impact on the local produce. The Mishnah continues. Now we're going to have a bunch of species that the Mishnah is going to say is or is not Kilayim, and we'll just look at the English to understand. Ha'irus v'kisus v'shoshanat hamelech v'chol minei zra'im einam Kilayim bekerem. So we'll look at the Mishnah here. Okay, where are we? We're on Mishnah Hey. Iris, ivy, and the king's lily, and all manner of seeds, other than those I specifically dealt with, are not Kilayim in a vineyard. And we'll just see for a second, hemp. We're going to see in a second. Kanvus, hakanvus, hemp. Is that cannabis? Rabbi Tarfon Omer, eno Kilayim. Tarfon says it's not Kilayim. Rabbi Chachamim Omrim, Kilayim. Chachamim say is Kilayim. Kinras, and kinras, which is artichokes, are Kilayim bekerem. I guess people, even back then, ate artichokes. I just want to clarify one final point. When we said in the Mishnah the idea of Eruz Kisum Shoshanat HaMelech V'Kol Minei Zra'im, and eat all kinds of seeds, Einam Kilayim bekerem. So let's just look at the Rambam for a second. The Rambam says, Ein Isur Mishum Kilayim HaKerem. There's no prohibition of Kilayim HaKerem, Ela Minei Tvu'ah, unless you plant Tvu'ah, which is grain, Uminei Yirakot, or vegetables. Aval Shar Minei Zra'im, but other kinds of seeds, Mutar Lizor Am bekerem, you're allowed to plant them in the kerem, Ve'ein Tzor Michlamar Shari Lanot. Okay, and of course you're allowed to plant them with among other trees. Now, it's interesting. The Rambam says, "Shari lanei kerem mutar lizoram," whereas the Bartanura says, "Shari minei zraim." Where did I see it? Okay, einam Kilayim bekerem min Torah, ava midraban havel Kilayim. Okay, but drabanan is Kilayim. So in the end, it's interesting. First of all, we clarified shari minei zraim. We're talking about other plants, not vegetables, and it's not kol minei zraim are not fruit seeds, or not plants, not vegetables, but instead flowers or other kinds of plants. So the Rambam says you can plant your shrubbery or whatever you want in the middle of your vineyard. It's not a problem. Whereas the Bartanura says, no, that's at least a derabanan. The chachila, you're not allowed to do it, but yavad, it wouldn't make it Kilayim. If you have any comments or questions, as always, well, let me see if I can find it. Yes, here we are. Please feel free to contact me at, well, you know where it is, artsbolter@gmail.com. Have a great day.